Diary she gave me.
Right on the pages so she can share them out of
Yeah, right in the back. Hey. Hello guys, good afternoon. How is everybody doing today? So I'm here today with Miss Sheila Biran. We know Sheila Biran's daughter, Denise Hiraman, disappeared 25 years ago. So I'm going to interview her today so that you guys could get a better understanding of what really happened, okay? Now, this is Sheila Biran. Sheila Biran is like my second mother because I get to know this family over the last 2 years, and me and her daughter is very close. So, good afternoon, Kenry. Good afternoon, Zarina. Say hi, Sheila.
Hi.
So like I said, this is Sheila Biran.
A lot of people know me as Sita Biran.
Oh,
too.
Sita Biran also on Facebook. You're on Facebook as
Biran.
Okay, good. So she's on Facebook as Sita Biran. So if you guys want to reach out to her one of these days or have a conversation, you guys are free to do that, okay? So like I said, this is the mother of Denise Hiraman, the 13-year-old that disappeared from Richmond Hill, our Richmond Hill community 25 years ago. So you guys saw that we just did the candlelight vigil for her. I think it was the 6th, right? Last Sunday we did that. And that was also the day of her birthday. So you want me to say Sita Biran or you want me to
Sita Biran, so they got know. They only call you Sheila, you know. Indian,
okay.
you got
I know you're Sheila, but I see you as Sita too. So, all right, Sita, let's do this today. Now, when did you guys move here?
We came here in 1990.
1990, you guys moved
Yeah,
here.
Denise came here in 92.
So you came first, and then they came afterwards. Okay, so she came in 92, and she disappeared in 1999. Okay, so tell us a little about Denise and what kind of child she was.
Denise, she was a very loving child, but when we came here, me and her dad split up.
Okay.
And she took it very, very hard.
Okay, so she was close to her father.
She was very close to him. He moved and he didn't look back.
Okay.
And then he had another child, and Denise was very upset, and she started acting out.
Okay, so
Acting out is like smoking, drinking at the age of 12, 13, and I didn't know. And when I start suspecting, a neighbor started telling me she coming in and going out while I doing 12-hour job to maintain the family.
okay.
Then she started saying the people is lying. She started giving them name, and she started rebelling.
Okay, okay. So where would she go and drink? Like, where are some of the places? Is it at school, at friend's house?
I guess it's at friend's house, or probably
Okay.
at my house too if I'm not home.
Okay, okay. So
But I don't really have a lot of drink. But one time I missed a drink and it was filled with water. So
she
that had
probably
to be
steal
her.
liquor from home. Okay. So she got a little rebellious or started
Right.
acting out after your breakup with her father.
Yes.
So was she skipping school?
Well, I didn't know at the time, because when I come home, just be after 8 in the night, Denise just be there at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
She would be there to answer the phone at 3:30. I call every day. And after that, then she probably skip out and I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, so when you call, because you're at work.
Every day
So
I
when you call home 3 o'clock, she's there.
3:30, Denise there, she
3:30,
answer
she's
the
there.
phone.
Okay. But you don't know what she did afterwards.
I don't
Was
know.
there anybody at home that was looking over her, like a brother, sister, somebody
No,
like
well,
that?
everybody, after the father wasn't there,
Okay.
the other two boys getting the little work and going to work. Natasha was married and moved away, so it was
Okay.
only she. But she
Okay.
was like big enough. She was grown to be home. They had the food, they had everything in the house.
Okay, okay.
She's supposed to stay home, do her homework, do whatever. But I didn't know what she was doing.
Okay. Has she ever run away before?
Yes, she did. Like a year or so before this thing happened, I missed her 1 and 2 times when I go home, and then when I would call, she would say where she done. Her brother then would go and pick she up, and I didn't know nothing but run away, cause we didn't know about run
Okay,
away.
so she never ran away overnight, like for a couple of days, stuff like that.
Okay, one time she did went away for a weekend, and we got the guy named that she was at the house, and I had a big confrontation with the parents that why they didn't call. Otherwise, she's underage, and I can call the police. You got my daughter at your house, and not
So
telling
who
me.
was that family? Is somebody her?
Rashid,
Somebody her age? The boy was
no,
her age?
more big than her.
And you ever file a police report then?
Well, I've been filing police report. I've been going to make complaint that she ain't come home and stuff, but
Okay.
they say you gotta wait 24 hours, and before the 24 hours, we just find her.
Oh, she just come back within the 24. You
Yeah,
see
but
back
this
then?
one time she had stayed out for the weekend, and we did make police report, and police didn't do nothing, nothing they didn't
So
do.
nobody never
Because
went to
they
the guy?
said she's run away, and you know, they get a report that she don't come
But
home. They never do nothing.
You should get and go by a boy house. Is that considered running away? I don't think that's considered run away.
Because your cows had left there,
is that-
my son them had to go bring the cows, and I get them out to mouth.
She get away with a buy. I know Guyana, our terms, you like she run away with your man, whatever, or she get away with your wife from whatever the case is. Because I know we did that back in Guyana too. That's very common among the Guyanese society where I just run away with your man quick, all right? If it's the neighbor next door. I know me friend, a man run away and they living over the seawall. I have to go and ask if she mad. So, okay, we understand. She run away, all right? With this boy, whatever. She like this boy, whatever. That, and how much older was this guy than her?
Man, he was a lot older, more than 21 years old.
So he was more than 21. And the cops did nothing.
They don't do nothing. They don't even come and take the report. Or when you go there, they barely listen to you. Or she's run away. She's, you know, they know
Okay.
that the history. They don't look at it.
Okay, so let me get leading up to that week when she disappeared. Like, did you see
Okay,
anything?
before then, there was a white van circling in the neighborhood a couple of months ago. And this was reported at the 106 precinct.
Okay.
The guy was locked up. His first name is Omar. I can't remember the second name, but I got a police report.
So this guy was in the neighborhood or
Yes.
by the school or
by
something?
the schools, because he attempted to snatch one and two girls, and her friend Jenny, he grabbed her and she ran away, and they called the cops. And the cops did catch the guy with the white van.
Okay, so you
And
said...
the guy took Denise and her friend Jenny to the 106 precinct. I was the one had to go there after work to get them out.
Okay.
And then the guy was shouting from inside the cell on what he gonna do. But I also told the police them the story, and I also give them the order of protection, which I still got.
So
And they never do nothing.
that guy tried to kidnap Denise's friend,
Right.
Jenny.
The two of them was walking together.
And he tried to snatch her. He was driving a white van by the school. He snatched, but they run away.
They run away.
So when they run away, they went to the precinct and filed a police
No,
report?
they called from the road and they gave description of the van.
Okay.
And the police probably must be in the area, but they grabbed the guy anyway.
Okay, so they got him anyway. And that's how Denise them got the order of protection, because they end up at the station with the cops, whatever the case is.
Yes.
So that's another person that they should have looked into, because if this is something that was happening in this community back then, the cops basically did nothing about it. So whatever happened to that case?
I don't know. They won't tell us how will we get the order of protection.
What was Richmond Hill back like in the 90s? What was this place like then?
Police don't do nothing.
Was it more like a white community, a mixed community? What was
It was a mixed community,
Okay.
but I don't think the police them ever do nothing for anybody, because so much of the time I go there, they threaten to lock me up if I go back there, because they think the story that I telling them wasn't real, and they think I probably crazy. And then I had no blood relation to the other girl that missing.
Okay.
So they didn't want to hear
So,
nothing about her.
the morning, the day that Denise disappeared, what was that morning like for you guys?
Very good. The same every day.
It's a routine.
Going to
Okay.
school, get up, going to school. I gone to work. I left you. You got your keys. You can lock up. You can go to school.
Okay.
And when I come home after 8 o'clock, Denise is not home, calling all the friends. There's where get alert. Nobody know where Denise is. Call the police. They come. They take hours to come, but when they come, endangerment run away.
So when
They
she
didn't do
left to go to
nothing.
school that morning, she left. You think that she went to school?
Yeah.
How did you know that she didn't go to school?
Well, after we didn't find her for the night, and we make report, and we calling everybody. I called the school the next day, then I hear she didn't go to school.
So
I think the school had called me that she didn't go because
okay, that she skipped
I
school.
had her in a program at the outreach project in Metropolitan Avenue
Okay.
in Jamaica. And when she late, they would call. When she skipped school, they would call. It's such a long time, but I think they had told me that Denise didn't go to school.
So they called you that day up and tell you that she
Yes.
wasn't in school. When they call you and they tell you that she wasn't in school, what is that something that alerted you? Or
Nah, I wait till I go home.
Okay,
To
and then-
question her where she been and why she didn't go to school.
Okay.
And then when I didn't see her, and I called the police and I tell them, they didn't come after hours. They come, and they didn't want to take a report till after 24 hours. And
Okay,
she
so
was only 13.
a report was filed after 24 hours once the cop showed up. A report was filed after 24. What was the next step of the police officer? What did they do? Was there a search party?
There
You guys
was
think?
there wasn't a search party, but I keep calling them, and one policeman had come and take her computer.
So Richmond Hill, a 13-year-old is missing, and nobody volunteered to do a search.
no.
Nobody within this community
No,
tried to
it's
help.
me and my children and my friends calling everybody and
Wow.
asking them. They did come and take the computer that she had a laptop, and that was after I made in several complaints.
So anybody was ever questioned? Was there any suspect in this case? Anything?
Well, from the beginning, this same guy I had as a suspect,
And why you thought that he was the one that actually?
because, okay, he was like, Denise.
And
said
you're
that was
talking
just
about
his
the
brother,
Balgobin guy.
The Balgobin.
Okay, guy. Okay.
He was like a family friend. He always in the neighborhood because he had like the other girl that disappeared.
Okay,
Denise was like a little sister. Now when Shellyann gave him a hard time, he would call Denise. He would send a message like she's the little sister.
Okay.
And she just volunteered because we didn't have nothing. This boy had a big vehicle dropping her to school.
Okay.
Stopping at McDonald's, buying her McDonald's, which I
So
couldn't
he was
buy.
more like a father figure to her,
Like
or
a big
brother or something
because
to her.
when I go to the school,
Okay.
they tell me the big brother, let's go there, the brother. I said, which brother? It was him. She used to care as her brother. Anything that the school,
So you think that Denise and Rudy, or we can call him Rudy.
Rudy, yeah.
You think that they were?
they were very close. I don't think like they being together because she was small. He didn't like her as a little sister, carrying message to the other girl, which she had
Oh,
liked.
so like she just.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could send a message when he can't see Shelly. I never really liked him.
Okay.
She used to give him a hard time, but he had liked her.
Yeah, but what type of person was he, and why did you suspect him?
Well, at the beginning, I didn't really suspect him so much. But I say, probably he knows something. But it's when the other girl disappeared months after, then I really suspect him.
That he was a part of that.
Yep.
Okay, so there was no search party by the 106. You could pass. There was no. This one on the floor. Yeah, there was no search party done by the 106
No,
precinct.
no.
There was no investigation. There was no suspect in this case.
No.
So what exactly did the 106 precinct did back then? That's what I would like to know.
Nothing. The case just left there, and I keep calling. I went up in that place. I don't know how much time out to the detectives upstairs, crying my eyes out. Nobody ain't doing nothing. I did a lot of search by myself.
Okay, so she disappeared. The cops didn't do anything. You didn't have no suspect at that point.
No.
You didn't have no idea who did it. Now tell me a little about Shellyann and how you knew her. What was the connection with you guys?
Shellyann came here with her grandmother, and they was living downstairs. She
Okay.
was living on the upper flat.
Okay.
Shellyann grandparents and peers, they were very religious. And
Guys, don't forget to share this life, okay? Yes.
Shellyann then used to like to go to church, and they kind of live in. She
Okay.
want her own thing. She eventually meet up with Rudy, who gave her a vehicle to drive, get her driver's license, and this girl had no papers.
Okay, but he got her everything.
Driver's license and Kim Unroller. Somebody named in Florida, I don't know is who. If it's another one, they evict them, but he get the license for her. She used to drive. He would flourish her with money, jewelry, and everything.
So what type of business did Rudy have?
Well, Rudy was a crook. He used to do a lot of crookish things.
Rudy was a crook. Rudy did a lot of crookish
Shellyann didn't like this boy, what we call Buddy, was another neighbor. Rudy got a guy in trouble with forging checks. The guy nearly go to jail.
Jesus.
And Shellyann said, Auntie, when I go to court with Buddy, I'm going to talk everything I know about Rudy. And there was so much of things she tell me that she know. When I think about it now, like he's a serial killer.
So Shellyann discussed these things
all
with you.
with me what she gonna tell the judge about Rudy, and then she come disappear too.
So what were some of the things that she said?
She said on 115th Street, there was a young girl, was Rudy's girlfriend before her, and the girl drowned in some bathtub, and Rudy was responsible for that.
So it passed as if she just accidental drowning or suicide or something.
She said she's going to talk about that.
Okay.
Then she said on 101 Avenue years ago in the 90s, there was a shooting by 101 and 127th Street, somewhere around there.
And he was responsible for that.
And he was also responsible for that.
Okay.
So that's how I know this boy, to what I hear, and like he is a serial killer because
so
my
these are
daughter
things that he
Shellyann disappeared, and now
so this is something that he had told her.
Caught red-handed with a body in the trunk, and he's serving 25 to life now in some Miami prison. So what that tells you.
Okay, so he was in a relationship with Shellyann.
Right.
Rudy was in a relationship with Shellyann. Let me get this clear. He was in this relationship with her. The two of them started having problems.
No, Shellyann didn't like Rudy. Shellyann had like
the money Rudy.
She didn't like the money that Rudy used to put
out. So, question. She was with Buddy, but she was collecting Rudy money on the side.
Yes, and Rudy knows that.
So Rudy's the guy that she eventually got married to?
No, she married Buddy for real, but she and Rudy do some fake thing to show his mother. She tell me he want to show his mother picture that he married her. So they dress like bride and all of that. That's why when I go to the cops, Rudy always showing up there. I don't know how he's now when I go.
Because he's going and say that he's the husband.
And he's saying he's the husband.
Jesus Christ. So the person that you think is responsible for them to disappear would go to the cops and say he's the husband when he wasn't even a real husband. But why is it that Buddy never went into the precinct and said, well, I am legally married to her?
Buddy talked to them a lot of time.
Okay.
And Rudy didn't go into the cop. I called the cop by my house. Rudy always circle in my house, where I live in now. It's right at the cop to see him. If the cop come there 1 or 2 times, Rudy is right there. There's my wife. Well, I look crazy.
Jesus. So how is it that he knows when the cops is coming there?
Look like he's be watching my house.
Okay, so that's how he does know. Rudy should come for next. Stephen Love, he's in a Florida prison right now. He ain't coming for nobody. Okay, so Shellyann left to do what? How did you know that she was missing?
Okay, I was going at my brother Muslim prayers. It was September. I can't remember the correct date. Early September, and she took me there. She gave me a ride to 111th Street where they were living, and she asked me to bring home some food for her.
Okay.
So when I go home, there was no Shellyann. The food was there. Until now, there is no Shellyann. That's when we know she was there. We start calling him. He said, oh, Shellyann tell you she going out with my children. No, she didn't tell him that. Shellyann tell me she going, when she drop me off, she going and show on a Rudy house. And that's the last I know about Shellyann.
So he had a real estate agency or something? He was a broker?
He's not no broker or nothing. I don't know if he had no license, but he's called himself a real estate man at the time.
He's called himself a real estate man.
And Shellyann is also known as Peppo.
Okay.
And I put out a lot of posters for Shellyann when she disappeared as Pepper.
Okay.
And every time I put out the posters, they be coming down from around Liberty or 118.
So you think he's taking them down?
I think he's taking them out.
Oh my God. Damn. Anyways, so when you realized that she was missing, you went and you filed a police report.
Yes.
Okay, and what did the police do then?
Police said she's a big woman. She's over age. They can't do nothing. She's married. Because when I tell them the story, she's married. They can't do nothing. They never look for her, period.
So they just never looked for either one of these girls?
And then the girl didn't have her papers neither. They didn't care.
Wow. So, like I said, it's been 25 years and neither one of these women have been seen. 13-year-old Denise Hiraman and Shellyann was 21 at the time of her disappearance. Shellyann Sankar.
Sometimes
she was 21.
She goes by Singh.
Oh, Shellyann sings too.
Because that's body name, yeah.
So, Shelly, you told me that Shellyann and you were looking.
Yeah.
For her.
When I missing Denise, I said, Shellyann, you think Rudy know anything? Because he was out. He didn't get charged or nothing. But she know his background. So she said, she don't know. But anyway, she got some open houses. And she took me to about 2 of the houses.
To check those empty houses.
I even think up to now if my daughter was locked up in one of them and I didn't check rooms and things. We just did a walkthrough.
Damn.
When I asked him, Rudy, he said, no, we don't know. He didn't see her. Nobody knows. Like, this girl just vanished.
Well, I hope that the 106 precinct, well, you said it's with one police plaza right now, look into these cases because it seems like the police did absolutely nothing in the disappearance of these 2 girls. I understand maybe they were the minority within this community at that time. But like I said, nobody did anything
Okay.
to try to find them.
One time, somebody was using Denise's social security number.
Wow.
For taxes. And I reported several times to them because even the social security place or tax place, they don't want to give me no information. Only the police could get information.
So somebody is using.
They was using
her.
And I get a cop to go with me one time in Staten Island to a house that these people supposedly live in. But when we go, it's an old breakdown place and nobody was living there and nobody was there. And after that, I don't know if they think that I just making up stories, but they never look into it, they never follow up. And that was all. So
she's missing and somebody's using her social security number. They know that maybe it's close to this one. They ever find the person that was using it?
No, they never went back. One time we go, we hang around a little bit, look around. It's an old break-up house. We see nobody, like nobody didn't live in there.
So they just put the address as to...
That was the end of that. That was the only time that they did something, and that was the end of that. Never follow up back. I couldn't drive. I had no vehicle. I didn't know place. I wish I was. Like now, I would have been going there several times.
What it's like, I mean, I as a mother, I know like you got a child and you're home and that child, you can't find a child just for a couple of seconds and you go insane. What it's been like for you not knowing where your daughter is for the last 25 years?
Right. Since Denise missing, I got thyroid, I get asthma, I get diabetes, I get heart problem, I get stent. You name it, I got it.
Oh, God.
But I'm still here.
Do you think about her often?
Often. That's right. I don't know what more to say. Denise make I start going to the club. I was a little younger. Start going to the club, taking a drink with my friends. That's how I get a lot of Trini friends. Pulling all kind of young girls from the back, the side where I see looking like Denise. And
so you start looking for her? Okay. Wow.
That's how people, when she say, well, the daughter missing, she in the club. I see she all around. But I've been looking for her.
You've been looking for your daughter. Oh, my God. That's crazy. I mean, like when you sit down to eat, I wonder if my daughter eating.
No,
Really don't
I
just
try to black it out sometimes.
Okay.
But There are occasion, holidays, birthdays, but she do miss her. But we try not to talk about it because it don't make no sense. It can get me sick. I might fall in with a heart attack, and it's not fair because she got cousins, nieces, nephews. So we all have to be strong. That is what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, like, just hearing about this story, like, I sometimes when I go to bed and I'm laying there, I'm like, where would I trying to think, like, where?
Yeah,
where are these girls? Like, okay, if they're no longer here physically, where are the remains? Why did he did? You know, at least it would be some closure for the families, okay? It's going to be some sort of closure for the family, even if they got a place that you could go and mourn, you know, grieve, like a resting place for them.
That's what I want, somebody to go and interview Rudy, and I'm willing to go with them. And I want to know what really happened and where is the remains if something do happen, so I could get closure and they could get a decent burial.
I know, like that would be the... What about the yard that you guys lived in on 115th Street? Was it like a place that they could hide the body there?
I don't think so. It had a garage, and it was, the back house was extended, the basement. They didn't have a lot of things that they could kill those girls and bury them there, because it was like a traffic yard. People are always in and out.
Okay.
They had a lot of friends there. Probably it could be at another location, but not that one.
Because like you said, he was like a real estate
broker.
And so he had a lot of property.
A lot of friends, a lot of people coming in and out. It was hard for them to bury a body there, nobody and no one see.
Do you think that the 106 precinct could have done
better?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now, you know, I watching all these cases, they could have damn do better, more than better. They could have searched within that 24 hours. They should have questioned Rudy, because he was there, and I say I want him to be questioned too, because she used to be around him. But he only saying, you know, nobody never put pressure.
Nobody never pressured him.
All the friends, somebody had to know something.
That's sad.
They can retrace her steps.
Yeah, but they never did nothing.
She left a school or what she did. Nobody, I think.
Where was Rudy's business located?
Oh, it's a little piece of place upstairs, 118th Street, going to the side across from that 118 vegetable store there.
Wait, so he was right on 118th Street? Oh, when did Rudy move to Florida? Anybody have any idea?
I think it's 2020 or 2021, around
well,
that
see, he
time.
lived here.
I mean, he's in jail since 2012. How we gonna be?
No, it's 99 Denise missing.
Right.
Yeah, 99.
So he was 2012 is 13 years after.
When did he move to Florida?
When did he move? You have any idea?
201 or 202
Well,
something.
Oh, so he moved.
Yeah,
he
like
moved,
about 2 years after.
he left and moved to Florida in 2002. That's when he left him.
There.
How long after they found him with that body in his trunk?
Like, I'll be like 210, 11. Because
So-
if 212, he write me that letter, or 214 something.
Well, he right to that.
What the hell? So this guy that was Shellyann's boyfriend or sugar daddy, and also like a big brother figure to Denise Hirraman, was found in Florida with the body of a young woman in his trunk. He's now serving a 25 to life sentence in a Florida state prison. Now, if this is not an eye-opener for the NYPD or anybody to at least go and question this man. This man, this is something that Rudy is capable of, because like Shellyann gives stories back then that they drowned in on whatever street, the 115 drowning of that little girl who was also Rudy's girlfriend was not an accidental drowning. Rudy confessed to that. A shooting on one was street.
101 or 129 something, Bamboo Garden.
Bamboo Garden. The shooting at Bamboo Garden. He said that he was responsible for that. We wasn't around in this country back then. She don't go and hang out. So whatever she was told
It was by Shellyann.
is by Shellyann, and Shellyann was Rudy's girlfriend. So maybe he did confess. Maybe these are things that he felt good about, you know, telling somebody. I don't know if it's a threat to her or if so Rudy's a psychopath. He is. This is crazy behavior. Why didn't the police ever dig into Rudy's background? I don't know. He was the closest person to these two girls, and he should have been investigated. He should have been questioned. Was he ever questioned?
Not what I know about.
Serial killer.
His name is Rudolph Balgo Ben. Okay, guys?
Mahindra Balgo.
That's his name. If you type in him on Google, his entire records are there. The story is there. Okay? About the girl that was found in his trunk, whatever. Who knows? Maybe Shellyann knew about Auntie Daughter too. A possibility,
Who
yes.
is this Kim Unroller that he bring her driver's license and give to Shellyann to drive us?
Wait. So he gave Shellyann Sankar a license to use as a woman named what?
Kim Unroller from Florida.
So who's that woman?
I tell the police all of that, and the police looking like me like I'm crazy. What the hell I get in all this story, and the boy throwing up on the bicycle and saying, he's Rudy's husband, you know what I'm talking about.
So maybe Rudy
Shellyann
is a
husband.
serial
Killer. I want to believe so. And he said, if he see me, I know he can talk because I can question him. So I want to spend my own money and go there. But I can't go without the police or without some authority. That is what I want to do. I want somebody to help me.
You should have come and talk, because I want to know what Richmond Hill was like back then when y'all moved. So I need you here. Call your ass. I want to hear what Richmond Hill. This is Natasha Biran. Give me 1 second, Mama. Let me quiet, because I want to find it. Because she was of that age where she could party, and she was in the swing of things back then. All right? So tell us about Richmond Hill back then. Come closer. Tell us about Richmond Hill back then.
Oh my God.
What was it like?
It's nothing like now. It's we could, okay, first of all, we were illegal back then, so we even had no rights. It was an Italian community in those days. We were the first set of Guyanese immigrants was actually moving into the community. I think a lot of people was upset at that time. We were scared to speak to the cops. Even if you had your papers, you were afraid. Much as what you didn't have, we didn't go into the cops for nothing. Okay. So, and I find like they didn't care much about us at that time. Anything happened, it was just like, why are you here? You know, so
it's like you had no rights.
Yeah, you
back
had no
then.
rights
Okay.
back then. So,
Okay.
I mean, some of us now things are different with all these movements that's going on and stuff like that. But back then, we meant nothing to no one. Especially, you know, you hear the cops coming, everybody scattering because nobody got no green card, no social, no nothing. True. So running through, girl, you should see the raids running through the back door. You cops coming in the front and they going through the back. Mr. Baldeo would be able to tell you more about that.
Oh, so really, that's how it was back then?
Yes, people were running. People had little jobs. As soon as you hear the cops coming, Mr. Baldeo, you remember those days? We were running through the back door, hiding in the basement. They drag you, post you back home, everybody. You know, it was terrible.
Let me ask you a question. You met Rudy personally?
Yeah, we all know Rudy.
Oh, so you guys know him. And what do you think about him? Like,
I had no respect for him from day one. The way he looked, he was like a slimy looking person. Like very skinny, he had a humpback. We used to call him Igor. Okay. A lot of people, if y'all remember Igor, used to be hanging out by Richmond Hill High School and stuff like that. He was a character. I've heard many influential people in this community, now I'm not going to say name, they said he was a very dangerous person. I didn't know him like that. He would say, hi, Shelly, how are you? And I would just be like, hi, Rudy, and ignore him because I just didn't want nothing to do with him. But I was not living in 115th Street with mommy them at the time.
You was married back
I
then.
was married. I was living in Queens Village. So I didn't have much interactions. I just didn't like him approaching me at all for no reason.
Okay.
I didn't have that connection. But he was there all the time. And so Denise and Shellyann and, you know, my brothers and stuff, they were, you know, it's a set of Guyanese people catching up. And they held on to each other because the community is not that much Guyanese people back then.
Okay.
So whatever little they had, everybody kind of band together. So Rudy was just like the bad egg. Nobody thought he's capable of murder. I didn't even hear all these things until much later.
Okay.
You
That
know?
what like the crimes. and
Even
stuff
when
like
I heard that Rudy had something to do with it, I told my mom, I'm like, Rudy, like, one slap and he fall down. That's how I used to think. You know?
Because of how he looked.
Yeah, he looked like.
But these are the people that you gotta be. Yeah, these are the
It's
dangerous
like,
ones. They
yeah,
are.
because unexpected.
Somebody said, "Oh my God, I remember him at Richmond Hill High School." Yes, he hanged. But why would this grown-ass man be hanging around a high school?
To solicit young girls who didn't have no papers and stuff.
So back then, this was basically a shit show, Richmond Hill.
Yeah,
There was no
all
rules,
these,
no laws,
no nothing.
in place,
All
yeah.
these little kids that was in high school. Yeah, I remember the hooky jams. Back then,
What was? Yeah, that is what I want. What is a hooky jam?
okay, so a hooky jam is that everybody caught in school and going by somebody who mother working hard in the day, and your house
they keep
available,
them at my house
and it's
fun.
big party before mommy come home, the whole house clean. Ain't no but no party fight.
So was it that you always drinking at these hooky
Not
jams?
me. I didn't go to high
You
school. here.
stop.
Hello.
Oh,
No.
so the high schoolers did that.
Yes, I see it
Okay.
a couple of times. I would walk. I was like 17. I was, you know.
Okay.
These are 15 and 14-year-old, 13-year-old kids.
So what they were drinking?
I don't know where to find a liquor. People used to buy you liquor. Back then, it's not strict. Nobody cared.
Oh.
It's like you want somebody to go in the liquor store and buy you liquor. You just ask one and buy.
Somebody
stand up in
says
the
a
front.
basement jam.
Yeah, it's a basement. Well, all we were living in basements. So
Oh, back then.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
One time
everybody
my son,
come here living. Well, I know everybody that I knew was living in basements. because
Okay.
of
after
that
one time my son picked up a fake gun and freed some of his friend upstairs. A little
Yes,
thing.
they were, because here what happened, our parents had to work so hard with no papers, is that they had
Yeah.
to work all the time. Like mom was working around the clock. My brother's
Okay.
working around the clock. So Denise had free reign with Shellyann, and she was 21, Denise was 13. I even tell my mother, I said, you shouldn't have Denise and Shellyann, they're, you know,
The
so many
age
age
gap, yeah,
difference.
the age
But
gap.
mommy couldn't stop it because the little bit of money she making, she needed to make it.
Yeah, she had to work.
So she had to
Okay.
work, and when she's not home,
Shellyann would
Rudy's
look
there.
over.
He's going to buy them Dunkin' Donuts and all these things that we couldn't even afford a $2 cup of coffee. If it's not 50 cents, we was not buying it.
Okay.
And,
So
and
he gave them that
furthermore, is
luxury.
laundromat
Like
free coffee. We used to go and get to the laundromat, if y'all remember correctly, back in them days. It wasn't
Really?
even 50 cents. Yeah, laundromat used to get coffee for free. My mother used to go there every month for free
they
coffee.
drink that liquor that the parents have. No?
Because every time I go to the laundromat, just get coffee.
When I go to the laundromat,
Okay. So when you get that call that Shellyann was missing, what was your first thing? Because I know she said that she ran away a weekend before.
Well, I
whatever,
didn't.
whatever.
I figured she hanging out for the weekend. It was like a Saturday or something, right? It was like a
Friday
weekend. eh?
afternoon.
A Friday afternoon, she
Nobody
disappeared.
really is. When after she didn't come back, and Shellyann was very pretty.
Okay.
Like even me, I used to be nice, like blonde hair. You know,
Uh-uh.
we know how to nice up back in them days. We just, you know,
Okay.
hustling. But she know how to do it well, and all her stuff was there. She never came back. So
Keys all of
yeah,
my-
so mommy was busy. I had my own troubles at them time. We're not
Okay.
gonna get into that. So I couldn't be on top of it. My mother was, my brother was, brothers were. I kept up as much as I could, but they were doing much. Mommy did all of the footwork. She went to the Montel Williams show. She did. Everybody that could read for mommy, the Hindu Pandit, the Muslim guy, the Christian, everybody she went to. Kali Mai, everything that she went to, a lot of
Psychics.
people, psychics, you name it, she was there.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
when Shellyann missing and she didn't come back, I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
You know, and then the cops didn't want to do anything, and none of we had papers. I got through my papers in 2001.
Okay.
So
So you
nobody
didn't
gonna
have no
pre-
papers. So you
right.
ain't gonna pressure
We
nobody.
ain't going to pressure nobody.
Okay, so you guys here, like, you were illegal at that time in this country,
Mm-hmm.
so you're scared. Even now, immigrants are scared. But they have more rights now
Back
than
then,
back then.
it's not like
Yes.
now where you they don't care. Back then, you can't report the when they fire the station. You can't even go to the hospital.
Oh,
They
really?
catch you and lock you up. Yes.
Denise got her papers to Mr. Baldeo here, and she never even been here to collect
So
them.
what's... Oh, so Denise got her papers, but she
Yes.
never...
When it came to Mr. Balo, did the work. You can ask him just
Yes,
now.
we're going to talk to him in a second.
When she got it, she wasn't here to pick it up. She was already missing.
Somebody said, when was she on the Montel Williams show?
I think sometime around 2000, gotta be around 2000, 2001. Time,
What
right?
was the name that you were Sita Biran? You went on. Oh, Sita Biran on Montel
Yeah.
Williams show. That's
I
it.
went on Just
That's what the problem
Hatchet.
was. People with documents, people
Undocumented.
undocumented were afraid. Of course, so.
She went on a Maury
Oh, she said she went on the Maury show, Judge Matters, Hatchet.
Sylvia Brown.
So she went everywhere. So she really looked for her child. But with all this press, and this is like, this is mainstream
So,
press, and still
I'm
nothing.
not trying to say nothing against no police department. So what I'm saying is that you could have retraced her steps from home to where she's, you know, where she was picked up. Liberty Avenue didn't have any cameras. That was 99, and maybe they didn't, but you could have questioned people along the way.
Yeah.
You didn't take the time out to question people. Also, my mom came to you with lots of information, and you didn't follow up, and we couldn't do nothing about it because you would have catch you and throw me home, and that's how we felt about it.
Okay.
Mommy was the one with papers, so she
But
had to go
isn't
do
like
this
that
thing.
some sort of no? That would be a violation of their civil rights, the way
But
that they were
things changed
treated.
from 25
now,
years ago to now.
yeah, a lot changed. But like I said, but back then that was a clear violation of your civil rights,
Of
like
course.
because they actually did
Of
nothing
course.
to help this family to locate this minor. Okay, Louisa Shellyann was over 21, but Denise was 13 years old at the time when she disappeared. Why wasn't that? Why wasn't they pressing on that? That this is a minor. She's 13. She's somewhere out there. Let's find her.
I'll tell you what I think. I think we didn't have the right skin color. I'm sorry.
Back then.
Yes. We didn't have the right skin
That's
color
how the
for
police
you
were
to
coming
be,
out
for them
then.
to be like, give a, you know,
Okay.
like, hear about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now
I
it's
get it.
different. And that's it. Like, why you here? That miss and go find she. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Mommy went to them multiple times with information, and they didn't follow. My mother got, even now when she called, one police plus, it takes them about a month to return her call.
You said that they responded to
They
reach out to you.
They reached out to me last week when I left about 3 messages saying that we're doing this candlelight visual and I'm going to call the name. I could call the detective name. Then he reached out to me.
Miss Baldeo comment.
And he never even reached out back to me this week
Yeah,
to find
yeah,
out
we
what
can talk.
happened.
Yeah, he could talk about the legal side of this
Never
and what
reach out back to me to find out
rights
what
were
happened.
violated back
Yeah.
then, and what are some of the steps you guys could take to move forward. Anyways, guys, don't forget this is Natasha Biran, okay, and this is my crazy friend.
Or she.
Okay, so we
Mr.
can
Baldeo.
bring Mr. Baldeo up because we want to hear the legal standpoints on how their civil rights were violated back then and some of the steps that they can take to get some sort of justice. So you can introduce yourself, Mr. Baldeo.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm Albert Baldeo, an elected
Hi.
district leader in this community, and
Yes.
we've been following up this matter. Thanks very
Yes.
much, Rhonda.
No problem. So he's going to break this down for you guys.
Well,
So-
what's going on here
Yes.
is that since 1999,
Yes.
this community was just in its nascent form, and we're now getting recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, now we are on the map as Little Guyana.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, if you Google Little Guyana, it comes up as a definitive geographic space here. So much has been our influence that this is Little Guyana, and nobody can take that from us. However, in 1999, when this incident happened, this is a reflection, like the Berans have said, how we were treated. We were less than, I would say, U.S. citizens, meaning that they felt that under this apartheid system, our rights and our pain and our sufferings didn't really matter as other people. If this had happened in Howard Beach or Glendale or even Southeast Queens, where the black leaders are, they definitely would have brought this to closure. They would have spent the money, they would have directed the thing. But it all came down to, I think, to like representation and unity.
Okay.
So I want to tell those out there, I know that many of you, that you got to be involved. Like Rhonda said, this is a civil rights issue. You have issues here, you have rights. It's not like Guyana where we take things for granted and we were then kept down and suppressed. None of us didn't even vote. And we catch the best place from pillar to post, they call it, Rhonda. You go away, and from America now, you go to Australia, where you go. Well, that got to stop. Because our foreparents came from Africa and India and Portugal, and we also have to ensure that our rights are protected here.
Yes.
So this is a failure of law enforcement. And the legal side of it is this. If the cops are negligent, then they can be answerable in a lawsuit for negligence. But
Okay.
before we get to that, there's so many aspects of government that need to respond to this situation here. And if you Google Denise Hiraman and Shellyann Sankar, you will see a trove of knowledge, thousands of articles, hundreds of articles. I've printed some of them here
Okay.
that I wanted to bring to the fore. And of course, the mother, Sita Biran,
Yeah.
she's a beacon of hope. She's a light. She is a person who set the example for this community that she never gave up. I know her since 1999. It is true, I was an immigration lawyer. And I want to ask you the question out there, those who are skeptical and law enforcement and so on and say, oh, she run away. How's somebody going to run away when they see how their mother struggle, how they have been treated like second-class citizens, how they can get their rights, get better education, better jobs, and her green card, she didn't even go to the interview, which is when she would have gotten her green card. Who would run away from the American dream? Does that make any sense?
But yeah, that is crazy.
Right?
I got a
Police
letter
loaded.
which Denise wrote to the immigration officer begging them to get her green card and how it would help her family. I got
Correct.
that letter.
Yeah,
So
we
she
have that
definitely
letter.
ain't going nowhere.
She ain't
Correct.
Didn't
going
plan to go
nowhere.
anywhere.
At that point in time, she definitely would not have gone anywhere because that was the turning point in her life.
Okay.
That is when she would realize, you know what, I don't have to, everybody wants a green card when they come to this country. That is the beginning of all life in America, so to speak. Where you don't have to run and hide, look over your shoulders. Everybody, don't let anybody fool you. That is the base, and then you go to
We
citizen.
wasn't no abusive family. We
Correct.
was a loving, poor family.
But you can see from now, like me meeting the Berans, this is a very close-knit family. So
Correct.
you know it's not like they
Correct.
bicker and fight or none
Correct.
of that.
Nobody
I've known them,
fight,
yeah,
nobody
they don't
abuse,
have that
you know.
kind of issue within their family.
Everybody
to say,
was just loving.
Yes, yes.
We ain't got no money, but we happy.
So what I thought about is this. First of all, let's go to the top. There's enough material out there on all these shows that Sita went to and everything
Yeah.
else that we did that there should be Interpol, that's the international police.
Okay.
They police the whole world and share
Interpol,
database. They have every information on unsolved cases in every country. Whether Denise may have gone to Guyana, Trinidad, wherever it is, they have information that they can feed from and develop this case. That's the Interpol part of it, which I realize that they haven't done.
Okay.
And then you said somebody is using taxes and some of these girls' names, Shellyann.
Yes. I was using her
Social security number.
Denise Social Security.
Oh, so someone was
We
using
went to
Denise.
the house, we
Okay.
didn't see nobody, and they never follow back. And I couldn't do nothing. I didn't even know how to travel that time.
Damn.
Correct. So there's a lead now. How can somebody be using a presumably dead persons or missing persons? That is a key. Where's the address of the social? Where were the taxes filed? They have all this information. They have all these tools.
Security. I went all about nobody giving me no information.
Correct.
So I was the
I
That
see.
they don't care.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
don't.
guess there might be some privacy issues involved, but at the
Right,
least they could do
matter.
is send it to the district attorney's office and let it go. So towards the end, to make a long story short, here is where, thanks to you, Rhonda, and thanks to all the wonderful people out there who have been
Hi,
advocating
guys.
for this and so
Yes.
on.
Let me fix this.
Yes,
here.
put it
Yes,
there,
that's
yes.
fine. Yeah. Sheila,
That-
you want to come? Come sit there
Yeah,
with
you
me.
can say.
Come sit in here. Sheila can come and sit right next to me. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta figure out how to set this. This is the first time I'm
And
using
then
this
go like
one.
this.
I'm gonna try now to see if I could